Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting Max Keiser. I take full credit for moving Peter Schiff from being 100% Bitcoin stupid to less stupid. He will come around when Bitcoin tops 1 million. He hated it at $1 when I first told him to buy it. He'll love it at 1 million. Everything goes to effectively zero against Bitcoin, even gold. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin can fall below 50,000 if Magnificent 7 stocks stage another $500 billion loss. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin HODLer scooped up $23 billion in the past 30 days by that freaking dip family. We'll also be discussing Diamond Hands, Mt. Gox creditors hodl Bitcoin despite the 10-year wait. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor says the Bitcoin strategic reserve is the Louisiana Purchase moment for the United States. And also, he just recently shared he owns more than $1 billion worth of Bitcoin personal stash, according to Bloomberg. We'll also be discussing the latest from JAN3 Samson Mow. He says Bitcoin to 1 million next year, far more likely now. I'll be sharing his synopsis of the market and why he believes we'll likely hit $1 million per coin by next year. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. What it do, crypto fam? Make some noise. Holla at your boy. What's poppin'? What's good in the hood? There I am. Good to see the fam. I'm streaming today on YouTube, Rumble, and X. It was a crazy torrential rain day. Rain all day. It's been pretty wild here in Puerto Rico, holding it down. This is a live and interactive show, fam, so let me know where you're tuned in from. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out LT. Shout out Erico, Carrie W. That's right, Peter Schiff is an idiot. Big ups, JV. Shout out Dub Proof, Jerry Reynolds, Bangkok, Thailand, in the building. Shout out all the members of the channel. Shout out that calloused Asian, 100,000 on the way. Send it. Made me a live show at work. Sup, JV and fam. Shout out to BitStack P. Appreciate you, brother. Yep, Saylor personally holds over 17,000 BTC. Hey, JV, I'm at work yet again, watching the greatest show on the YouTube. Love your brother and the CNA fam. Right back at you. Shout out Bitcoin Surge. Shout out to the entire fam. Shout out Dub Proof. Rain there in Jersey as well. Lots of rain. So, yeah. Rain, rain, rain in NYC. Loud and clear. Bitcoin Surge, it's all good, broski. Shout out Sailing Fishing Twins. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating it. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV!
Even my internet's slow today. Like, nothing's even loading up on my profile, I guess, due to the rain, internet woes. But nonetheless, family, I saw a bunch of reposts already, so shout out Sergio. Make sure to check out bitcoincaps.net. Cap yourself a custom El Salvador hat like this. Shout out JC, Ice Baby, and the rest of the fam, LT. I saw you guys reposting the stream. I'm going to be pinning my stream to the top of the profile on X as soon as I can. And if you guys can repost it with a custom quote, I'll repost it, I'll shout you out, and I'll also refollow you over on X. Welcome everyone to the live stream. I'm going to be streaming at least for the next couple of hours. I got a lot to share with you today, as we always do in the market. It's going to be a very fun show, as it always is. Welcome everyone just joining us. Shout out Shandy 10 Music. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin's all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV. Do. There we go. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm appreciating all the reposts. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my my phone internet. It's just acting very odd. I got to reset my internet on the phone because I need it to see what you guys are doing. So let's see here. Pin to the profile. Let's see if I'm able to do it. It has been posted to the profile. It pinned to the top. Hallelujah. Awesome. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out everyone reposting the stream right now. Crypto Dingo, who let the bulls out? Who? Appreciate you, yo. Just reposted it. James Elsie put time for school. Church is in session here. Just reposted ya. Family fun day. Thank you, Charlene, as always. Appreciate your comments on the live stream. Just reposted you. And shout out again, LTJC, Jerry Reynolds. I reposted you, Sergio. And thank you, JC Ice, for all the extra repost as well. Shout out Steven, Crypto Surge, reposted you too as well, broski. And I'm going to be reposting everyone throughout the entire stream. I'll be checking it. Now my phone internet is back. Thank God. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. What's poppin'? What's good? About to pop open this brew doctor. Yeah, Island Mango here on the island of Puerto Rico. Give me them cheap biddies. Amen. Cheap biddies. Bitcoin discount. Keep in mind the current low we tapped the other day of 49,000. Do you think the bottom is in? Yay, nay? You don't know? Let me know. I'll be reading your comments out loud throughout the stream. This is live and interactive as we always are. Enjoying some of the brew doctor here. Whoa. Now, kombucha, when you're used to just pretty much drinking water all day, it's like, whoa. I feel like when I burp, I feel like a dragon. Fire. Whoosh, scorching this place. But anyways, love seeing Max on Alex. Oh, that's right. Max Kaiser is a special guest on the Alex Jones show today. So right after my stream, I'm going to be watching it. So that's going to be fun. Shout out Max Kaiser, Stacy Herbert. What's poppin'? BTC Cowboy. What's new? What's good? That dip was scary for me. Almost got me wiped out. What do you mean wiped out? Do you have a leverage traded position? Dub Proof says maybe 39. So you think we got lower to go? Word. Well, welcome everyone. We got now already 300 people on the stream. So let's blow this mofo up. Let people know I'm live. Truth, 8 of 9 past August have been negative for Bitcoin to the tune of 20% on average. So hold out, pirates. They shall be richly rewarded. So more than likely, if we have a bearish August, we'll have a very bullish September and Q4 heading into October. What are your thoughts on that? Shout out Chandy 10 Music. That's right. We got the dragon breath. Got some of that 50,000 dip. Lucky. Well, we're still at 54, still a great buying opportunity. Shout out Max Lynn, shout out Daddy-O. Good to see the family. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes, subscribe, then hit that bell icon, turn on all the notifications. That way you actually get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod episode 1723. I'm your host, JV. It's August 7th, 2024. Markets are correcting back again today. We're currently sitting just above $54,800, according to Coin360 with BTC, down 3.5% on the day. We have Ether down 6%, trading at 2,300. We have XRP in the green alongside Tron and DOT, while Solana, Cardano, AVAX, and BNB all correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the crypto market cap is all the way down to $1.9 trillion. That's mind-boggling how small that is. Bitcoin still holding on to the $1 trillion milestone as far as the market cap is concerned. 95 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance on the climb. Look at that, 56%. The lowest we have seen the Ether dominance in years. Now all the way down to 14.6%. Who would have thunketh? And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got PopGap, we got WIF, we got XRP, SU, XLM, and BSV. Which alts, if any, family, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get that visual perspective on the day. Safe to say 95, maybe 90 to 95% of the market correcting and in the red. Pretty much a lot of bloodshed. And zooming out on the monthly, very similar, roughly 95% of the market bleeding and in the red Rec City. And checking out Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today we bounced from extreme fear yesterday, which was a 17, the lowest we have been in a long time, to now 29. We did have a little bounce back as well when we tapped the new local bottom of 49. So last week was a 61, last month a 28 in fear. But what are your thoughts? Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action will likely take us next? Holla at your boy. XRP case is over, is it? I didn't hear an official settlement. I think initially the SEC wanted like 100 million and then they countered like 10 million and they're still trying to settle it, but correct me if I'm wrong. September and December will be green. Shazam! I farted, agree. Perhaps Alpha the Omega Green. Bitcoin in the 50s, it's a miracle. Buy this mofo dip. Chandy was good. What up, Don George? I am stacked for the cycle. It's all fun from here. And shout out Chandy 10 Music. You'll notice her YouTube channel pinned in the comments section. Make sure sure to subscribe to the channel. It's crushing it right now. And follow her over on X, Shandy R. Gregory. I started this month at 200 followers on X. Now I have almost 500. I guess people like or hate what I say. It means you're doing a good job. Keep doing what you're doing, JC. Love following you on X. Make sure to follow JC Ice Ice Baby on X as well. Bitcoin 19,000 to 69. From there back to 12. 2016 means 73,000 to 25. 2024, 2025. Solana is going to zero, guaranteed, says Muhammad. Shout out my fam. Assalamu alaikum out there, holding it down in the Middle East. Thank you again, Charlene. I appreciate you. With the comments here, sis, Saylor purchase, let's get it. I reposted your comment to my post. Captain Milo, reposting you now, brother. Live Bitcoin news every day, 365. Come to where everyone knows your name. Heads up, housekeeping family. Tomorrow, I can't do the podcast. It's not possible. So I'm going to be doing something special this evening. This evening, we're going to do a chart watch. I don't know if it'll be a pump watch or a dump watch. I don't know how the market will be doing by this evening. But tonight, 11 p.m., I'm going to be doing a special chart watch to all the music that we have, all the exclusive music from Chandy. It's roughly 2 hours worth of music. And we're going to do something we've never done before. I'm shooting for a 32-hour chart watch. That's right, 32 hours, because tomorrow I can't stream. I'm not going to be home in the office. I just can't do it. Happy 420, by the way, family. So to make up for not doing a podcast tomorrow, because it hurts when I can't do my podcast, but it's not physically possible because of my schedule. Instead, we're going to start a pump watch, or like I said, a watch this evening, and we'll have it running from this evening all tomorrow until the following day. It's going to be roughly a 32-hour watch. I've never done it exceeding, I think, 14 hours or 15 hours. So this is going to be special. Hopefully we can get tens of thousands of people on the stream via X, you know what I mean, during the live event. Let me know if you guys are going to be tuning in. It's going to be fun because you're going to be hanging out with the fam. It's going to be lit. And in fact, I can't wait. So I just wanted to announce that. So no podcast for tomorrow. I'm not going to be available. The podcast will resume on Friday, but we're going to have an all-night, 2-day pump watch. Or chart watch. We'll call it a chart watch because we don't know if we're going to be pumping. I'm in for the 32 with some sleep. Somewhere in between. Sounds like a lot of random conversation and fun. Precisely. It's going to be lit. I'm looking forward to it, family. Thank you guys, everyone just reposting, commenting the stream. I'm just getting back to everybody there. But let's continue and kick it off with, well, we did our market watch, but let's dive into a little bit of Bitcoin TA, astrology for the broskies, shall we? Headline here reads, Bitcoin needs 59,100 weekly close amid doubt over the Bitcoin price. All-time high in this piece. That's right. Bitcoin has a new minimum price target for the week, but hitting it does not take all the pressure off the bulls. According to Rec Capital, he said Bitcoin's next weekly close must hit 59 G's, baby. That's right. Bitcoin is doing its best to recover from a trip to 6-month lows of 49.5 this week, but the bears could easily reclaim control. Analyzing the long-term time frame landscape on the Biddy, Rec Capital identified the potential for an enduring Bitcoin price bounce, which could keep it in line with the behavior since March's all-time high. Quoting him here, it has happened. Now, Bitcoin will need to weekly close above 59,110 later this week to perform a successful reclaim of the bottom of the black channel as support in an effort to confirm a return in the pattern, as outlined here in the chart. The pattern, however, has problems of its own. Since the March record, Bitcoin delivered a succession of lower highs and lower lows as resistance compounds at 70,000 and above. And it's crazy, the time frame from almost hitting 70,000 like a week ago to dropping all the way to 49. Isn't that mind-boggling? But zooming even further out, another synonymous trader sees additional problems with the Bitcoin market strength, highlighting the RSI levels on the monthly time frames. He warned that a succession of lower highs is wearing away as the chances of a return to price discovery. Quoting the analyst here, word of warning. Technically, this looks like we had the cycle top already. And not only that, we also had a bigger cycle top, meaning a lot of the elasticity has gone out of the PA. And you can see that from the decreasing RSI at each high, referring to the relative strength index. Now, Arthur Hayes links liquidity moves to Bitcoin optimism. That perspective contrasts with hopes that global macroeconomic changes will enable a broad crypto and risk asset comeback. This, the theory argues, values involves a return to quantitative easing worldwide, which would see central banks flood the markets with liquidity. Money printer go. And so, yeah, Arthur Hayes, the former CEO of BitMEX, concluded that the U.S. would likely begin adding liquidity within days. Quoting him here, bad girl Yellen, Miss Binance, will inject $301 billion to $1 trillion between now and year end, he predicted in a characteristic tone used to refer to Janet Yellen. Hayes added the Bitcoin's performance in the near term would depend on the interplay of the US dollar and the Japanese yen pair following the unwinding of the yen carry trade. Bitcoin traded at roughly 57.5 a little earlier this morning, and we're dumping once again ahead of the Wall Street Open. And before I dive into the live charts, here's a pretty cool post from Max. Max actually agreed with Peter Schiff on something, which is a rarity. So Peter Schiff wrote this the other day. Owning Bitcoin and ETF defeats the entire purpose of owning it in the first place. It is no longer decentralized. It's not peer-to-peer. It's easily seized by the authorities. Can't be used as a currency for payments or transferred across borders. It's not your keys, not your coins. Max put 100 and added, I take full credit for moving Peter Schiff from being 100% Bitcoin stupid to less stupid. He will come around when Bitcoin tops 1 million per coin. He hated it at $1 per coin when I first told him to buy it. He'll love it at 1 million. Everything goes to effectively zero against Bitcoin, even gold. So shout out to the high priest, Max Kaiser, and let me know if you agree with that. And kudos for Peter Schiff actually getting something correct about Bitcoin. That's long overdue. That's a long time coming. And here we're looking at some of the live chart action family. You should be able to see on your screen. You can see via TradingView, via Coinbase, we're hovering just shy of $55,000, but we do got a rising wedge formation. This is a 1 hour chart, and we do have a target sitting down at 51,100, not too far off from the current price action. And let's zoom out a little. We'll check out different perspectives here for you guys. Again, this is live and in the flesh. If you're gaining value out of this and you're entertained, repost it, spread the word, share the stream. Much appreciated. But yeah, here's the 4 hour. We did get 2 big red candles, but now we're followed by a green candle. So we're moving back up, which is good. Let's see where we go by the end of the day. But as you can see, that's the 4 hour. And let's zoom out a little further. We'll check out the 1 day chart. As you can see on your screen here, a lot of carnage over the past few days. Big red, big red, big red, corrective green, and it looks like we're back in the red, at least on the daily chart. And we do have a target sitting at roughly $47,700. Zooming out a little further, we'll look at the 1 week, which is typically pretty bullish. You can see here we still have that massive cup and handle breakout target sitting just shy of 126,000 on the 1 week chart. And let's zoom out a little further, and we'll check out the monthly, as we can see here. And here on the monthly chart, you can see we had those 7 green consecutive candle closes, then a little sideways trading action, and a big red candle to end the month of July. Unfortunately, we'll see where August takes us. Typically, August is a bearish month. So if we have another bearish month for August, I expect fireworks in September. However, there's no telling what Bitcoin can do. Bitcoin has no top, as fiat has no bottom. So it'll be interesting. We'll be watching the charts, but let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel price action likely to take us next? Holla at your boy, and I'll be reading your comments out loud. I'm checking the stream right now on X. I see a ton of reposts, so shout out everyone. You guys are the best. Shout out Giovanni Crispino. He put, check out JB. I'm not Joe Biden. It's JV. V as in victory, because we connected at the bottom like the letter V. Started from the bottom, now we here. But nonetheless, I appreciate that, Giovanni. Just reposted your brother, and I am following you as well on X, so thank you for your support. Go time, we here. That's right, Charlene, you already know. Shout out Silver Spike. Greatly appreciating all your reposts every day, family. Much love. Regulators. That's right, Short Coin. We're regulators. We're not like the SEC type regulators, because we don't have respect for those regulators, but the good type. You know what I mean? Thank you, Short Coin. JB, let's get it. Appreciate it. Shout out Exit Tony. Appreciate the repost. Again, Milo, the rest of the fam. You guys are amazing. So let's freaking go. Thank you. He did it. He did it correctly with the V this time. You get another repost. Yeah, you don't want to confuse JV with JB, because then people might think I'm Joe Biden in this piece. Do I look like Joe Biden? No. JV, thank you. Good to see you, Helen. How you been? Oh, how dope is that? Yesterday, Ellen reunited with us after she was MIA forever. And we always had Helen and Ellen as the OGs here on the channel. And both of you disappeared for a while. I'll keep it 100. You guys disappeared for a while, and so we're always thinking about you. And then Ellen returned with a new username. She's like, it's me, it's Ellen. I got a new username. And today Helen is back. So welcome, Helen and Ellen. We greatly appreciate your support. Still hope for 85,000 by the end of September. Send it, Laser Cat. Oh no, JV, not FJB. Precisely. Never a dull moment in crypto. You nailed it, Brooke Ashley. Appreciate your support. Remember, I also have a secondary YouTube channel. Can be found at clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. Every day I post to it short clips from this long stream, because this stream is a 2-hour stream. So I take like 5 or 10 minute segments and we upload it to the Shorts channel. If you can support the Shorts channel, it's greatly appreciated. J to the Mofo Danger Mouse V. You nailed it. Cheers, family. Shout out, Helen. Yeah, it is good to see you. Welcome back in live and in the flesh.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump.
No, my podcast streak is not over, but it's been probably a very long time since I missed the day. It might have been a couple of months. Every once in a while, my schedule, is what it is, but we do our best. I think I am still the most persistent podcaster in the Bitcoin space, even with missing a day here and there. But overall, I think I have the best track record. This is episode 1723. So yeah, 1723 episodes. Which one is Ellen? I don't see her right now. She was here yesterday. She has a different username. So when I spot the username, I'll let you know, Helen. And Devon is Shortcoin. Devon updated her username as well. When can we get a Nipsey cam? Tomorrow for when you are gone? Well, I think for tomorrow, we're just going to show the chart. So me and Nipsey are not going to be in it. FJB, cheers. Thanks for the X link. You're very welcome, Diana. Disclaimer. Not financial advice given on this live stream. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it's an opinion-based show. Well said. Anything JV says, take with a grain of salt. Just like JB, Joe Biden. Anything Joe Biden says, take with a grain of salt. Anything JV says, take with a grain of salt. But anyways, Joe, welcome everyone to the stream. We got roughly 800 people here already. So shout out to the X fam for holding it down, the Rumble fam, the rest of the fam, the fam-a-lam. Let's go.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, pump, pump it up.
And shout out Diana. I appreciate it. I'm going to be checking my feed throughout the entire stream. My promise to everyone is anyone who reposts with a quote, they'll get reposted. I'll follow you and shout you out. So it's a win-win. And if you guys can repost each other's reposts like a real family tribe, we can uplift one another and help each other's X accounts grow collectively, which I think is fantastic. So let's make that happen as well. And I know you guys always are, so let's make it happen. JV, my son, that song Regulators, old school. Yeah, yo, that's a classic. That was from Above the Rim, with that movie with Tupac back in the day, Marlon Wayans. It was one of my favorite films when I was a youth. Ellen is El Milio now, isn't she? I don't think she's El Milio. I think that's someone else, but it has an L in it. So when we see the username, it'll be easy to spot it. East or West biddies are going north. Fiat is going south. Damn right. We got 777 people on the stream. Make a wish. Jackpot. Bitcoin, where no man has gone before. To the moon, baby. Infinity and beyond. You know how we do. But yo, we just broke down the latest TA. Let's continue, eh? Let's discuss what's happening. Our next headline reads, Bitcoin can fall below 50 G's again if the Magnificent Seven stocks stage another $500 billion loss. That's right. The stocks lost over $500 billion just recently. It's mind-boggling. So the Magnificent Seven stocks has seen a sharp decline, threatening to bring more downward pressure on the biddy price. The Magnificent Seven, a moniker for some of the top-performing tech stocks like NVIDIA, Microsoft, lost over $650 billion in cumulative market capitalization during regular trading. On August 5th, one day, $650 billion loss. Mind-boggling. Shout out, Mateus. I just want to say I greatly appreciate your super family. Thank you for supporting the stream. Despite staging a slight recovery since, another potential decline in the top tech stocks could lead to a lower Bitcoin price, according to Akash Nasa, founder of Chimp Exchange. Here's what he or she shared. The correlation between the stock market performance and the crypto values is well documented. As major tech stocks falter, investment sentiment generally shift away from alternative assets, including the biddy. The correlation between Bitcoin and tech stocks gained even more importance as the tech heavy NASDAQ has entered a significant correction, which could spill over into the crypto space, according to not NASA, but NASA. Very similar. It's like NASA, but with two S's. But anyways, while stocks are generally more resilient to market volatility, another decline in the Magnificent Seven could hurt the biddy, according to Alvin Can, the COO of BitGet Wallet. Quoting him here, if the Magnificent Seven almost sounds like a Marvel movie or something, the Magnificent Seven, including Amazon and Apple, are falling, investors would want some of the insulation from even more risky assets like Bitcoin. This means that the extreme capital flight into the broader financial market can also weigh into the Bitcoin price. Pressure from the tech stocks, along with other crypto-specific catalysts, can potentially threaten another dip below the 50,000 level, according to him. Quoting him here, the ongoing market slump, accounting for 32.3% of the drop from the former all-time high for the biddy, has reignited speculations of the further drop to 40 Gs. However, the price of Bitcoin is not crashing in isolation, ultimately saying if Bitcoin does crash in the 40s, everything is going to crash alongside it. Other factors influencing the Bitcoin and crypto prices include the Bank of Japan's latest interest rate cut, along with aggressive ETH selling from market makers like Jump Trading. That's right, they're getting rid of their ETH. That's why ETH has been on such a decline, not just the price action, but also the market cap hitting a low we haven't seen in a very long time. Now, the macro Bitcoin bottom is in, according to this analyst, as I pointed out actually earlier from Rec Capital. He wrote here, we are the orange circle. And I mean, like deja vu, every 4 years, another halving cycle, post-halving, we go parabolic, we hit new cycle highs. This time, for the first time in the Bitcoin cycle, we hit a new all-time high. Pre-halving, before the halving on April 19th, but we haven't really ran up yet. So some would say we haven't even began this bull market. So let me know your thoughts with some of that. And the US Bitcoin ETF recorded 3 consecutive days of net outflows with over 148 million worth of outflows on August 6th, according to Farside data here on your screen. So there you have it, family. What are your thoughts? Let me know. I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Almost 900 people here, live and in the flesh. Can we pump it up?
Like, look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong. More than 5 shots in your stack and get it on. Had the people.
That's right. Thank you, Guido. Better late than never. The best Bitcoin channel on X, Rumble, and YouTube. The trifecta. Thank you, Guido. Charlene, JV, best way to monetize on X is to actually quote or comment on each reply in the comment section. Quote and comment is the holy grail. Appreciate the insights. Thank you, Charlene, and thank you for the comments on my post and on my stream and all the reposts as well. It's very kind of you. My internet's still acting funky, so nothing's loading properly. It's like taking forever. So I'm a little behind on the X today, but I'm trying my best to keep up with you guys. So I appreciate it. I can see, though, we got 900 people on the stream, so let's keep it pumping. Please smash the likes. Thank you, Short Coin. Good afternoon. Blessed day. Shout out, Ariel. What's popping? What's good? Good to see you, family. Shout out, Crazy Frenchman. What's popping, Crazy Frenchman? Besides the French toast, that is. Good afternoon, blessed day to you as well. Fear for them, HODL fast, Bitcoin is our, will the couple for the index funds, the big boards, the fiat exchanges, the rates, etc., set its own path and has declared independence. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Appreciate that, guys. Just got to finally repost to Charlene. It loaded, so thank you for the comment on the stream. And you don't want to know what's so blessed? Want to know what's blessed? Check that out. Numbers don't lie, family. We got right now, we got 22 hearts and 22 reposts. So virtually every single one of you who hearts the stream, repost it. I have never seen that ratio of love on anybody's account. And I only have 30, maybe 34,000 followers on X. I see people like literally with millions of followers on X. They go live. They don't get thousands of people on their stream. We're a small account. We're nascent, right? 34,000, and we get 1,000 people already on the stream, and I just started streaming 30 minutes ago. By the end of the stream, we'll have 3,000 people on here. And again, very small nascent account. So just imagine when Crypto News Alerts has 1 million followers. Whoa, we're going to have like 100,000 people on the stream. We'll be getting like 100,000 hearts and 100,000 reposts. And then Elon will be reposting our live show. Mark my words. Thank you, K-Jam. Regulators. And when K-Jam comes in, he just spits the hot fire. Who are the top 5 MCs of all time? Dylan, because I spits hot fire. Now, let me know if you guys know where that comes from. Hilarious, by the way. That was a real world skit, I believe. Or no, Making the Band with Diddy. And Dave Chappelle did that skit. He played Dylan. Who is the best rapper of all time? Dylan. Because I spits the hot fire.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Take all your time.
Forever. Remember the Sandlot? Forever. That was funny. Thank you, Casey. Chappelle, man. Chappelle Show is one of my favorite shows of all time. It'll live on for eternity. I ate the flower from the Super Mario Bros. Now you got the firepower. That's right. The mushroom makes you taller, the bigger version, and then the flower gives you the firepower. So you got that right. Dragon Ball Z style. A live stream 100K party. That's awesome, JB. Thank you, Short Coin. Chappelle Show. I love eating my lunch with you guys. Shout out Moonstone. Good to see you. One currency to rule them all. When will Laura ever learn? Apparently never. Excuse me. But next story of the day. Let's break it down. Welcome everyone just joining us. Already 1,100 people on the stream. All thanks to you guys. So give it up for yourselves. All those reposts truly help. Shout out Mateus. He just became a HODL Gang member for the next 4 months and wrote, "Don't sell. Keep forever. Sell only when you must." With a flex. Thank you, broski. I appreciate that. Shout out all the HODL Gang members of the channel. Greatly appreciate the support. So check this out. The whales know what's up. Bitcoin HODLers scooped a modest $23 billion worth of Bitcoin in the past 30 days. Hey, where the smart money at? Whales. Right? Long-term HODLers, diamond hands, laser eyes, where you at, fam? Bitcoin permanent HODLer addresses have accumulated nearly 23 billion of the asset over the past month. According to the latest on-chain data, crypto quant founder, CEO Ki Jong-hu exclaimed, "I'm pretty sure something is happening behind the scenes." The comment came in reference to the recent spike in 30-day demand change for permanent Bitcoin holders. Now around 22.8 billion worth, which is 404,000 BTC, has moved to permanent HODLer addresses over the past 30 days, and it's clearly accumulation, according to the crypto quant CEO. I mean, the charts don't lie. Check it out. Bitcoin 30-day demand change, permanent HODLer addresses, and ETFs. He predicted that within 1 year, some entities such as TradeFi institutions, companies, governments, and others will announce they have acquired Bitcoin in Q3 2024. That's right, quoting him here. And retail investors will regret not buying it because they were worried about the German government selling Mt. Gox or whatever the macroeconomic shit was going on. Now, in a separate post on X, he added another couple of bullish factors, such as Bitcoin miner activity, quoting him again, miner capitulation, nearly over, adding that the hash rate is nearing all-time highs in the US. Mining costs are around 43,000 per coin. So the hash rate is likely to remain stable unless prices dip below this level. Quoting him again, retail investors are mostly absent, similar to mid-2020. He added that there has been reduced old whale activity with long-term HODLers over the 3 years selling between March and June, but no significant selling pressure from the old whales at this time. So based on this data, I believe the bull market is still intact. If the market doesn't recover in 2 weeks, I'll reconsider. I follow smart money. So if I am wrong, it means the new whales are either misguided or underestimated the macro environment. And in late July, he observed the flows of permanent HODLer addresses, such as ETFs, stating that not all remaining BTC is in custody wallets, but whales are clearly accumulating, and it's an unprecedented level. That's right. Even Michael Saylor announced the other day converting more convertible notes to buy another $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. The accumulation appears to have increased since the market slump August 5th, which sent Bitcoin price crashing to 49 Gs. The asset has recovered roughly 14% and then to reclaim 57 on August 6th. Moreover, the crypto greed and fear index hit extreme fear yesterday, the lowest we've seen in a while, but we bounced back up here today. So there you go. Yo, let me know your thoughts with what's happening in the markets. And welcome everyone to the live stream. We're streaming live and in the flesh right now on X, Rumble, and the YouTube. Make sure to repost the streams. Greatly appreciated. Shout out to everyone out here. I met KRS-One and didn't know who he was. Damn, Robert. So disrespectful to a legend. No, shout out KRS. He's one of the greatest. That sample I play where he says, I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's back from 1997. He's one of the greats, one of the GOATs in hip hop. I grew up listening to him. Thank you to my uncle Jimmy. My uncle Jimmy put me on to KRS, Rakim, and all the legends at a very young age. I was like 5 years old, listening to Boogie Down Productions, all that good stuff. Best hip hop movie? Which one? I don't know. I missed the other references. Are you asking me that, Serge? Juice. Oh, yeah, that's Tupac's first movie, actually. He played Bishop in Juice. I met KRS. I have only been trading. What is the best wallet to hodl? What wallets can you recommend for every world? Let us know. 32-hour chart watch tonight, folks. Be there, be square. That's right. We're going to pull a 32-hour, 2-day freaking chart watch. It's going to start this evening. It's going to be fireworks. Don't miss it. I love Dragon Ball Z, the original one. I'm Frieza, by the way. Nice to meet you, JV. Frieza, I'm coming after you. I'm Gohan. Don't mess with me, man. ICP to 5G is guaranteed, says Muhammad. Trezor, recommendation for a wallet from Crypto Surge. Still hoping that 6 figures this year. We're still confident.
I've got another halving for you.
Yeah, damn straight. And K-Jam straight up not only reposts my stream, he reposts virtually everyone's repost. Guy must have sent 30. He just keeps going down the timeline. So massive love to K-Jam for showing everyone in the crypto news alerts community love. And that's what I want to see. I want to see you guys reposting each other's stuff. It's going to help us as a show, but it's going to also help us as a collective all grow our X accounts. There's no reason we all can't have, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 followers on X. You know what I mean? So thank you. And shout out again, Diana. I see another repost. Bitcoin Alpha Live. Respect. Let's go. But you guys are amazing. That's why we now have over 1,200 people on the stream. That's how fast it works in the algorithm here. So shout out X, YouTube, Rumble. Let's freaking go. So yeah, yo, this one's dedicated to the Secret Service.
Less mining rewards, more scarcity.
What do you get when the printer go brr? Let me know. Nipsey Hussle is one of the greatest. That's right. So Nipsey, my dog, was named after the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace. Because at that time when I got Nipsey, Nipsey Hussle was my favorite rapper. All I would do was listen to Nipsey virtually every day for like 3 years. Still hoping for 6 figures this year. Still confident, says Ricky. Right on, JV. What method do you use to hodl? What method? Cold storage is the recommended method to use. Don't keep your Bitcoin on the exchanges, not your keys, not your cheese. So the least risky way to hodl Bitcoin would be learn how to use self-custody properly, learn about your self-custody, and put your Bitcoin in self-custody. I use a Tangem, says Jerry Reynolds. Right on, brother. We out here. Shout out to Proof. What's popping? What's good? XRP to 0, says Muhammad. Cardano to 0. Solana to 0. Without a doubt. Wow, such confidence coming from Muhammad. He guaranteed it. I heard the seed signing devices are better. Seed signing devices. I'm not sure which devices you're referring to there, Moonstone. I am responsible for that one drop. The printer is going to get whoop, whoop. Yeah, so one thing is for sure, the more fiat money they print, the less purchasing power your dollars will have, and vice versa. The more the money printer goes burr, the more dollars are printed, the more valuable your Bitcoin becomes in purchasing power against the dollar. So Bitcoin is a hedge against fiat inflation and fiat corruption and fiat gangsters. So HODL be thy name. But you already know, yo. Next story of the day, let's discuss the Mt. Gox HODL, right? The Mt. Gox funds ain't moving. Here we go. Mt. Gox creditors HODL Bitcoin despite a decade of waiting. Talk about patience, diamond hands, and laser eyes. Mt. Gox was once a dominant crypto exchange, but a devastating security breach caused it to collapse and left approximately 127,000 creditors waiting to recover their funds. Those creditors have waited over a decade to get their hands on their biddy, but surprisingly, many are still just holding on to it. Data shows that nearly half of the Bitcoin owed to Mt. Gox creditors, 59,000 out of the 141,000 BTC, has already been distributed. And despite over $3.2 billion in Bitcoin appropriated to creditors, the markets haven't seen a sell-off related to that distribution. So while the Bitcoin price plunged nearly 20% over the past week, that sell-off was seemingly completely unrelated to the Mt. Gox distributions. And instead, it was the result of the perfect storm based on the weaker economic data in the US and the Bank of Japan raising interest rates, ending what's known as the yen carry trade. And according to a report from Glassnode, the Mt. Gox distribution represents the final chapter in a major market overhang over the industry since 2013 from a psychological perspective. And opting to receive claims in Bitcoin rather than fiat currency and resisting attempts from several entities to acquire their claims throughout the legal process could mean creditors have a long-term HODLer mentality. Of course they do. This is common sense. This is the smart money. These are the Bitcoin OGs, people that discovered Bitcoin over a decade ago. Of course they're hodling. So I'm not surprised. That long-term HODLer mentality may be behind the lack of creditor related sell-offs. Bitpanda Deputy CEO Lucas said that while there are factors unique to each individual creditor, it's worth remembering that Mt. Gox was one of the earliest exchanges around. So people using it, we are early adoptions, or I think he meant to say adopters, but nonetheless. For them, Bitcoin isn't just an asset, it's a technology and an idea that they really believe in. That doesn't mean they will never sell, but it will affect when they might sell and in what volumes. And also, considering they're OGs and ahead of the curve and they're smart, they know better than to sell right after halving. This is the most opportunistic time in the cycle, right? 18 months post-halving. Expect fireworks. So to sell at a time like this would be idiocracy at its finest, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts, fam. Now, Maria Carolla, CEO of crypto exchange StealthX, told Cointelegraph these creditors are opting to hold on to their coins, primarily due to the expectations of future price appreciation, aiming for potentially higher returns. That's right. Bitcoin has number go up technology. We know that. She added that liquidating their funds right away could mean significant capital gains taxes. That too, it pays to hodl, eh? While holding onto the funds could allow investors to delay these taxes or wait for more favorable market conditions. That's right, because unrealized gains are untaxable events. There you go. HODL, fam. StealthX's CEO also added that many creditors view Bitcoin as a long-term asset with substantial value appreciation potential. You can say that again. Glassnode's report details, given the extensive period between the Mt. Gox collapse and the current state of the market, various creditors likely remain somewhat active in the crypto space. Some investors have revealed themselves as Mt. Gox creditors who received some of their claims. One investor published a post accompanied by an email revealing their account was successfully credited, revealing that they got 20% of the funds they had on the exchange. Nevertheless, they plan to keep on holding onto their Bitcoin by moving it into a cold storage wallet. The smartest thing any Bitcoiner can do, learn how to properly self-custody and put it in a cold storage wallet, family. Though, in replies to other users, they suggest Bitcoin Cash will be sold soon. And I agree with that sentiment. Who the hell wants to hold on to the Bitcoin Cash trash? So if you're holding on to Bitcoin Cash trash, there may be a massive dump because the market is way smaller in comparison to Bitcoin, so it's easier to crash. Now, other users on the platform suggest they would be selling their Bitcoin Cash, converting it into Bitcoin. Smart. This conviction in Bitcoin could be the result of several factors supporting the crypto's bullish narrative. Now, if you don't know the background, Mt. Gox collapsed back in 2014, a decade ago, after the exchange lost 850,000 BTC in a massive security breach that sent the price plummeting. Binance research rep said that Mt. Gox creditors were forced to hold on to their coins as the price surged over 10,000% to over 65,000 per coin before the recent correction. They added, many investors, having been forced holders for a decade, have witnessed incredible price appreciation. Given this context, it is not surprising that they continue to hold their Bitcoin, and they added that this level of recognition could have been unimaginable for Mt. Gox investors in 2014. Now, seeing the continued growth and acceptance in their industry, many Mt. Gox creditors may become even stronger believers in Bitcoin and it is future potential, choosing to hodl further. So there you go, yo. I mean, I wouldn't be so concerned. They've been using the Mt. Gox creditors are going to dump the market FUD for the past 10 years, and that's how long it takes the government to return your funds. So here's my understanding what happened. So Mt. Gox was hacked. Could have been an inside job for all we know. The lady who hacked Mt. Gox was just recently at the Nashville event and hasn't even been arrested. Interesting, right? And very interesting. And Yeah, so it could be an inside job, and the government could have just been using that as a way to FUD and control the narrative or the Bitcoin price. You just never know, right? So let me know your thoughts on that, family. Remember, Trump shooter destroyed my keys. Ooh, the Trump shooter destroyed Muhammad's keys too. That's crazy considering you live in Saudi Arabia, but hey, that shooter got next level skills apparently. Jumbo shrimp, military intelligence, lead balloon, Bitcoin cash, all oxymorons. It's going up forever, Laura.
Figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it,
go mortgage your house and buy some Bitcoin. Wow, Saylor. Such a good strategy there.
Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years.
Oh, wow. Good to note. Charlene pointed out the X live stream has been updated to show chats below the stream. More updates over the next 8 days. So some form of chat feature being incorporated into the stream on X. Pretty cool. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Thank you, Charlene, for sharing. Let's freaking go. And welcome everyone to the live stream. We still got a lot to share here. Been streaming for the past 49 minutes. They're going to be streaming at least another hour. So make sure to spread the word. You can see the stream is pinned at the top of my X profile. Already 26 hearts and 26 reposts, which means virtually every single person who hearted it reposted it, which is greatly appreciated. So give it up for yourselves. And let's go. Showtime. It is showtime, eh? Showtime at the Apollo or Showtime CNA Studio. Reposted the repost. Thank you, Uncle Biff. Appreciate that as well, family. I'm going to continue checking reposts throughout the stream. I was there for the Trump rally. What my wallet? Oh, damn. XRP lawsuit is over. So what was the final settlement number? That's what I want to know. What was the figure they agreed upon? Because I know the SEC initially wanted $1 billion, and then XRP is like, no, we're not giving you $1 billion. And then they lowered their ask to $100 million. And then I believe XRP countered, and when I say XRP, Ripple Labs, they countered with $10 million. So I'm curious what the final settlement amount is, if it is official. Let me know. On X, right on. The hacker Chin in Nashville was a bit fine hack. Oh, my bad. That was the Bitfinex hacker, Heather Morgan, thanks for the clarification, Ron. So the hacker chick in Nashville was the Bitfinex hacker, not Mt. Gox. Thank you. Bitfinex was years later. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mt. Gox was earlier, 2014. My apologies. I couldn't imagine all those people that had their money in the Mt. Gox and it was the Bitcoin Cash and they get it back instead in Bitcoin. Crazy. 125 mil, baby. We can have a after party on X. Hey. It feels weird saying on X because I remember in like high school, all the kids were on X and that was a drug. I think it was ecstasy. And like all the kids did X. That was like the thing. And so now it's like, we're on X. It's like, not on the drug. We're on the platform. Might as well be a drug. But anyways, jobless. Thank you for the correction there, Ron P. Appreciate it. Holding me accountable. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ripple spent more than 125 mil just in attorney fees. You know why? The attorneys know how much money you have, and they're virtually going to get the collective of how much money you have. So you need a war chest to go to war in these courts, especially against the SEC. So if Ripple Labs was a smaller company, they wouldn't have even been able to fight. Who has 125 million? Even if they're in the right, like how can you fight against a corrupt organization like the SEC that has infinite resources, infinite budget, and so kudos to XRP for being able to fight them in the first place. I'm sure those people that got the Mt. Gox payouts had already bought more and put it into the cold storage. Smart money, I'm with you on that. I see XRP pumping like hell. It's a meme. XTC, but Ripple Labs is entangled in the class action lawsuit, U.S. Fed District Court, Oakland, California, October 2024. This is not the SEC, but a bunch of pissed off investors. 125 million is nothing. I think Elon is on X. I remember people on X in high school. In Central Florida was a big problem. Yeah, I lived in Florida. It was a pandemic. Drugs still a pandemic in Florida. Air Gap cold storage wallet, fam, which supports up to 3 wallets in one device and a separate key phrase on each wallet. These lawyers are making fiat. Hopefully they're buying biddies. Showtime in the subway car. F and dump Bitcoin again. The XRP pump is short-lived. Are you talking about the 4% pump today in XRP as the big pump? Is that what we're talking about? Let me know, family. And reminder, we're streaming on 3 platforms right now, X, Rumble, and YouTube. This podcast streams every single day, 7 days a week. And we're always on 3 platforms. So if you guys on X, because the majority of you are on X, there's roughly 1,500 people on X, make sure to visit the YouTube channel. That way you can interact in the chat that you see on your screen. And same thing that goes for the Rumble family. XRP pump is exit liquidity for the long-term hodlers. Word! Let's get a little OG pump it up, eh?
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
I know all about that pumping it up. Pump it up. Buy 2 of them to keep the second one brand new inside the MP-proof bag. Smart Man, that's 6. Smart Man. Chris, good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. It was like a 30% pump. Calming down now? Are you being serious? XRP pumped 30%? So I'll call you out if it didn't. I'm going to look on Coin360 right now. Wow, you guys are right. It's up still 15% on the day. Wow, I didn't see that earlier. Holy moly. So yeah, XRP right now is 58.5 cents. Whoa, it's still going up. 59 cents right now. You guys are right. So shout out to you guys. XRP making a big move right now. So maybe the settlement is officially over, but I want to know, what was the settled amount? What did they agree upon to pay the SEC? That's what I want to know. When you go from 40 cents to 58 cents, that's a pump. Still down 95% from the all-time high 7 years ago. The worst performing top 10 market cap crypto ever. True. Real talk. But yeah, let's dive into our next story of the day. Here's the latest with the Giga Chad, Mikey Saylor. And you can see XRP mooning right now. Again, 59 cents. See that little green box on the bottom of your screen. But let's dive into the latest from Saylor and check this out. Michael Saylor says he owns more than $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Personal stash. I believe MicroStrategy is probably worth close to $15 billion. So collectively, that man is responsible for $16 billion worth of Bitcoin. Pretty mind-boggling, and he's in the process of purchasing another $2 billion worth of the bitty. So shout out Mikey Saylor. But here's the headline for today. Saylor says the Bitcoin strategic reserve is the Louisiana Purchase moment for the United States of America. We love you. So yeah, buying a strategic reserve of Bitcoin would be another Louisiana Purchase moment for the U.S. According to Saylor, the outspoken co-founder of business intelligence company MicroStrategy, speaking August 6th to CNBC, that was yesterday, Saylor, whose company MicroStrategy owns approximately $8 billion worth of Bitcoin. I thought it was $15 billion, so I don't know where this number come from, but nonetheless, enthusiastically endorsed Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis's proposed Bitcoin Act, which would compel the U.S. Treasury to gradually accumulate 1 million BTC, or almost 5% of the total supply of the Bitcoin. Quoting Saylor here, Thomas Jefferson purchased the Louisiana Territory for $15 million in 1803, and nearly double the size of the United States. Saylor said, Bitcoin is scarce, desirable, digital property. It is a great idea to trade a little bit of currency or paper for some place that billions of people are going to want to be in 100 years. Good point there. Saylor is famously bullish on Bitcoin and forecasted that the crypto's price would reach approximately $13 million per coin by 2045 during a mega bullish keynote speech on July 26th at the Bitcoin Nashville 2024 conference. How many of you watched that? Let me know. Saylor told CNBC that Bitcoin 2024 was very catalytic and marked a inflection point for the bitty, noting that the conference attracted U.S. presidential candidates, governors, senators, and House members who came out in support of Bitcoin. Quoting Saylor again, now it's possible to discuss nation states holding Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And if nation states are going to buy it, then it is reasonable for institutions, corporations, and individuals to buy it as well. He has urged investors to become a triple maxi for the Bitcoin bulls, pouring all available resources into Bitcoin buying with the goal of obtaining a 9-figure net worth in the coming decades. Yes, please. Saylor's comments come one day after the entire crypto market saw a $510 billion drop in total market cap during a recent market crash. The Bitcoin price declined approximately 18%, but has recovered some. Long-term oriented investors have been notably resilient, with BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust iBit seeing 0 net outflows on August 5th, despite the current market turbulence. So there you have it, yo. Do you think this man on your screen, Mikey Saylor, will become the richest man on the planet one day, potentially a trillionaire? Run the math, yo. If someone owned 1 million Bitcoin and Bitcoin became worth $1 million per BTC, that equals trillionaire status. Currently, there's no trillionaires on the planet. However, Sleepy Joe Biden says there's 1,000 of them. When he did that debate versus Trump before he dropped out of the race, he claimed there was 1,000 trillionaires in the planet. But we all know Biden doesn't even know where he is, but that's a topic for another day. MicroStrategy holds 226,500 Bitcoin, purchased like a DCA on the average of 40 G's. Bitcoin most on 2x leverage. What a great opportunity. Now, you got to keep it 100. 10 years ago, or maybe 11 years ago, I think it was 2013, Michael Saylor made the infamous tweet. I'll read it to you. I sent it to my mom earlier. I don't remember. We were having a conversation, and I'm like, did you know Michael Saylor was once negative towards Bitcoin? She's like, what? I'm like, yes, check this out. I mean, it took him a while to convert. So yeah, this is what Saylor wrote. I'll just read it to you because it's hard to see with the glare on my phone. This was dated December 18th, 2013, 11 years ago. Bitcoin days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. Now, obviously, he had no faith in online gambling. Nowadays, it's probably one of the biggest industries. It's mainstream. It's embraced by the United States of America. Online gambling has never been as big as it is. I know because I watch sports, and all they do is promote the online gambling sports books, like the UFC, boxing, and all these sports, you know what I mean? So this was Michael Saylor 11 years ago. He thought Bitcoin's days were numbered, and it would suffer the same fate as online gambling. But what's crazy, he was smart enough to change his mind 7 years later and adopted Bitcoin and was the first publicly traded company to put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet for MicroStrategy. The rest is history. Just imagine, what if Saylor would have got into Bitcoin in 2013 instead of 2020? How much Bitcoin would he have accumulated? Personal stash, MicroStrategy stash. Let me know your thoughts because it's kind of mind-boggling. But even the Giga Chad once thought Bitcoin was ultimately a scam and was going to suffer the same fate as online gambling. But ironic, I think he was right. It did suffer the same fate. To the moon! Parabolic and embrace, including by the U.S. government. So that prediction was half correct. Crazy, right? Pretty wild. Good to note. Thanks. I took your tips. I'm testing out the proven strategy. It's the best crypto creator stream. Crypto news, yes. Honestly, it's almost instant validation when I saw ads starting popping in the comments section for the first time. He'll be getting paid. Oh, word. One love. Appreciate the insights. Keep the comments flowing. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day and do some live Q&A. We got 1,700 people already on the stream. So kudos to the fam. Again, we're on X, Rumble, and YouTube live and in the flesh. Hopefully you're enjoying today's stream. Saylor will rule the world one day. If I ruled the world, imagine that. Michael Saylor will be the first trillionaire. Very doable. Very doable. Unless like Bezos or Zuckerberg could be Mr. 100 and they've been stacking. You know what I mean? Mr. 100 has been going crazy, purchasing up thousands of the bitty. As I shared in yesterday's stream, a little update, Mr. 100. I wish I bought Bitcoin in 2013. Wow. Yeah, he would be really rich. You could only imagine. He'd probably have 20% of the Bitcoin circulating supply is owned by Michael Saylor. He got in 2013. Why do I have that going through puberty voice when I don't know. A bit trillionaire, something like that. Something like that. General question, what's your take on XRP? My understanding, it's the chosen bridge currency for the implementation for the central banks to roll out their version of a CBDC or stablecoin or whatever they want to call it. It's centralized, and I don't support governments personally. So anything that will be used for the government that they have control over, that is not truly decentralized, not my cup of tea. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is the antidote to the CBDCs. So Bitcoin is ultimately the opposite of XRP. So I'm all for the Bitcoin I don't care about the XRP. I don't care about the altcoins. I really don't care about anything except Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin doesn't succeed, no altcoin succeeds. You got to keep that in mind as well. It's the king for a reason. That's the Mickey Mouse, JV. Precisely. You ever hear my Donald Duck? Or my Goofy? Gosh, Kapiti. I can do a lot of voices. Don't get me started. How many biddies does Max Kaiser have? That's a mystery, and only he would know. If he didn't already lose them all in a boating accident, I would assume, just speculation, anything JV says, take with a grain of salt. I would speculate over 1 million Bitcoin, and I would speculate Max Kaiser, if he didn't already lose it all in a boating accident, that he's the largest HODLer of Bitcoin on the planet. He may have more Bitcoin than Satoshi's wallets, is my speculation. But I could be completely wrong because I know nothing. So keep that in mind. I think he would have had 5% of all the Bitcoin, Michael Saylor. I support government through taxes that I pay them diligently with their fiat. Bitcoin is the best hard asset. Amen. It is.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
You got to pump that mofo up.
On my back to get a song. Where's broke? Have a talk.
We smoked them like a bomb. I wish people and analysts would more often discuss the growing use cases and under base of the Bitcoin and its layers. Good point there, Nate. Understood what you're saying there. The use cases, 100%. The different layers. We have the base case with the Bitcoin network. We have layer 2 solutions for scaling, such as the Lightning Network, which makes it virtually, I should just say convenient, virtually free and instantaneous to make a transaction for day-to-day purchases, which is what they implement in El Salvador. Shout out El Salvador and shout out Bukele. Warren Buffett is child compared to the Michael Saylor. Max is Satoshi's middle name. Puberty voice JV is hilarious. Excellent. We'll have to bring that back more often then. I support government through taxes that I pay them diligently with their fiat. Right on, family. But here's what we're going to do. Now for our featured story of the day. Bitcoin to 1 million per coin next year is far more likely now, according to JAN3's Samson Mow. Shout out Samson Mow. First and foremost, always doing big things with Bitcoin adoption around the world. In fact, he shared recently on stage, and I'm going to assume this is in Taiwan. Taiwan's goal should be to accumulate 83,000 Bitcoin for its reserves. Now, this is a very divine omen, this number. I'll tell you why, numerology-wise. First and foremost, JB was born in 83. That's right. And 8 plus 3 is my favorite number. You guessed it, 11. So definitely a divine omen there. And I agree. Now, I got to respect Samson Mow because he's all about nation-state adoption. I mean, this is what he does. His mission is to orange pill countries and nation states with Bitcoin. And that's precisely what he does. He goes around the world. He travels. He goes to Mexico. He goes, all these different countries. He goes to Colombia, gifts the freaking president Bitcoin, spreading Bitcoin awareness, Bitcoin adoption. Could you imagine what country will be next to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender? You already know the game theory, family, is in full effect, in play. And also, this is the tweet, $1 million Bitcoin in the next year is far more likely now. Few, referring to few, understand. And had already 190,000 views. He just shared this 2 days ago on August 5th. So shout out Samson Mow. And let's dive a little deeper into this article, which was just published around this story. So yeah, Samson Mow, Bitcoin proponent and chief executive at the JAN3 company that helps nation states to adopt the BIDI, has sent an important message to the global crypto community, doubling down on his 1 million Bitcoin price prediction. He provided several major triggers, which we're going to discuss, that may help the world's leading crypto make that massive price jump. So let's discuss it, shall we? The JAN3 chief tweeted he now believes that the Bitcoin odds of reaching 1 million within the next year are much more higher. Let me know if you agree first and foremost with that prediction. And answering a question about what will make Bitcoin start trading at a true risk-off asset, Mao said that currently this is impossible to tell for sure. However, he named several factors that he believes may help Bitcoin do just that. Naming them rather offhandedly, he said that Apple may move its free cash to Bitcoin, and Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, could do that as well.
he reckons. The latter seems less likely since the company's founder, the legendary investor Buffett, is a strong and long-term Bitcoin critic who called it rat poison squared during the annual shareholder meeting back in 2018. So yeah, someone wrote here, I would think Bitcoin is a risk-off asset, but it doesn't trade like one yet. What will cause the shift? And Samson responded, no one knows for sure. Apple may be moving cash to BTC. Berkshire may be moving cash to BTC. There are many triggers, and any one of them can trigger the Omega. And he's referencing the Omega candle, which ultimately is a $100,000 candle on the daily chart. When we say God candle, that represents 10,000. And if we say demigod candle, like we just saw the other day, that's $5,000 price climb on the daily chart. So overall, Mao said that there are many triggers, and any one of them can trigger the Omega, which would send Bitcoin towards that $1 million price action. Now I actually want to check out his X profile. First and foremost, make sure you're following him. He also works with Bitfinex, Nayib Bukele in El Salvador. He's a big proponent for Bitcoin adoption around the world. That's why I say I got so much respect for Samson Mow. I actually want to pull up the picture with him and Willy Woo, an on-chain analyst I really respect. So let me go to media and just share with you, because I've never seen these two together before. That's why I used it in the thumbnail for today's YouTube stream. He wrote, finally got to meet Willy Woo in person. Willy is trying to convince me to raise a large round for JAN3 to ramp up efforts to get more nation states issuing Bitcoin bonds and start a JAN3 micro strategy play with our own Bitcoin reserve. What are your thoughts? Now it's pretty powerful right there. And we also have the Japanese version of MicroStrategy doing mass adoption in Bitcoin as well. I believe that company is MetaPlanet. But kudos to on-chain analyst Willy Woo. I've been following him for a long time. And also Samson Mow. I love what they're doing with Bitcoin adoption around the world. And let me know your thoughts on 1 million as Bitcoin price. Anything is possible, though I don't think it's the most likely scenario. Personally, I know it's possible. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Your purchasing power in fiat is doomed. Your purchasing power in Bitcoin is blessed. So act accordingly and treat your Bitcoin as the savings, knowing your Bitcoin is blessed like Max Holloway. You feel what I'm saying? That's for my UFC fans out there. No crypto for the commies. It is more likely because the gains earlier this cycle have been consolidated better, including the weak HODLer shaken out, makes for a better launch for the higher target. 3 is the magic number. De la Soul. That's right. Nice. I'm chatting live on X. Get out of here. X gon' give it to you. We gon' give it to you. We got commenting on X.
I'm almost in disbelief, but now I can't wait to experiment with comments on X because, we have like 1,800 people on the stream. So when everyone's allowed to comment on X, game on. But on your screen, family, just so you understand how it works as of right now today, the comments that you see on the video on your screen are the exclusive chat from YouTube. So if you want to participate in what you see on screen as far as comments are concerned and questions during the Q&A segment we're in right now, I encourage you to visit the YouTube channel. The direct link is cryptonewsalerts.net. It also helps support your boy. I've been, terminated under false pretenses multiple times. I've been shadow banned for years. I've been stuck at the same amount of subscribers for years. And YouTube shows me no love for whatever reason, but I'm over it. But if you want to support me on the tube, it can only help. So please subscribe to the channel over at cryptonewsalerts.net. It's greatly appreciated, but clearly X is showing CNA a lot of love. So I have a lot of respect and appreciation for everyone supporting us on X. And of course, everyone holding it down on the Rumble as well. You guys are amazing. So thank you. It's awesome, says Shortcoin. Let's go. How is it having 1,700 people on there commenting? That's pretty lit. I'm lonely over on X. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to integrate the X comments into the screen. That'll be next level-ish. I know only one good fiat. There is a Fiat 126 is that horsepower car. I know those Fiats. Those are made in Italy. When I visited Italy for my Euro trip, everyone had Fiats. They were very popular. A lot of the taxis were Fiats. You can also get tips over there too, JV. What? JV, I'm so happy we can stream on X. Hell yeah. And reminder, family, tomorrow, no pod, because I can't do it. I'm not going to be home. I'll be out all day, so I'm not able to do a pod. But to make up for it, this evening at 11 p.m., I'm going to do a chart watch, music watch, slumber party style. We're just going to watch the charts, and I'll hang out with you guys at least for a couple of hours. And then we're going to keep the stream running for over 24 hours. So it's going to be like a 32-hour stream. I've never done a 32-hour stream before, so this is special. So make sure to participate and join us this evening. And just note, there's not going to be a podcast tomorrow. I'll be back at it on Friday. JV, I'm so happy. Integrate the X comments on the stream. Bye-bye, YouTube, says Tony. Yeah, yo, this is going to be pretty lit. I'm actually going to go experiment on that right now. Let's go.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1,000,000. It's either nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned. And of course, we now know that it's not getting banned, right? There's no way that Fidelity, Citadel, BlackRock, Charles Schwab, Deutsche Bank, Credit Agricole, Banco Santander.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Shortcoin. Thank you, Dirty. We're all going to be millionaires. Maybe you already know or are. Nobody knows. I got to remember where I crashed the boat so I can find my keys. Classic, Dirty. Appreciate that, brother. We're going to Rumble time soon. Thank you, JC. Just reposting everyone, showing me love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Charlene, again, thank you for all the comments. Let's check out the stream on the feed. On X right now, there's over 1,500 people. You'll notice the stream pinned at the top. I'm going to be streaming at least for like another hour, so make sure to repost this and spread the word. Let people know we're live. But yeah, we had 32 hearts and 28 reposts, which is a pretty phenomenal ratio. So I appreciate that, guys. I'm trying to find the comments myself. Thank you, Lucian ETH. Appreciate it. And thank you again, Devon. So yeah, so when I go on it, I don't know where the comments are yet. I don't know if I have to be looking at it on a desktop, but I'm on my mobile. So I don't see comments yet. I mean, of course there's comments under the stream, but see what Charlene posted? I don't know where to find that yet. I'm going to assume it's on a computer. I can find that, but I can see all the comments like underneath the stream, but I don't see the comments in a real time. So I'm not sure how that works yet. Maybe I got to click on it. And then when I click on it for a full screen, this is what I get, just so you guys know. So I don't see the live comment thing on X yet, but maybe I have to turn something on or click on something. I'm going to play with it later. You guys can let me know. I appreciate it. I'm going to check out all the reposts, make sure I didn't miss anyone as well. We got Dirty. We got Diana. Yeah, Dirty, Diana, K Jammy Jam, Guido, Diana again, Giovanni again, Silver Spike, Captain Milo, HODL and Chill. I missed you, brother. So reposting that right now. #1 Bitcoin pod live now. Come. Appreciate you, bro. Tune in for the latest news. Wow, I missed Kyle as well. So just going back, reposting those because I promised to repost you guys. And let's see, make sure I'm following you. Notice it says follow back. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm now following you, brother. That goes for anyone else who wants to show love as well. How'd I miss Chandy 10 Music? Wow, how'd I miss that one? The best, second best, third best, fourth Bitcoin podcaster, JV, live now, X, get it here. Just liked and reposted, family. Thank you. And Crypto Dingo, James LC, LT, and JC, everyone's been reposted. That put a custom quote, as I promised you guys, and I'm following everyone as well. And if you're watching the stream when it's not live and the live is already over, I'll do the same thing as well. I'll click on the repost, and even if it's after the fact, I'm going to repost everyone, follow everyone, and show you guys some love. Thank you, Crypto Surge, just reposted your new post. We're streaming live now, guys, on the YouTube and the Rumble. Thank you, family. Stream till you scream, 100%. 32-hour stream watch tonight around 11 p.m. Catch the chart watch, 100%. Just reposted it. I appreciate the reminder. Let's freaking go. But yeah, yo, welcome everyone. Here's what we're going to do next. We're going to continue with the uncensored extended version of the podcast, exclusive on X and Rumble. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home. But you got to head on over to Rumble because the YouTube stream is about to end. The YouTube direct link is, what is it? cryptonewsalerts.net. So head on, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. So head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net and let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. We have a React session already lined up. I'm excited for this. I prepared for it. It's going to be fun. And here's where you catch uncensored JV. So let's make it happen. Rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And if you're currently on X, you're good.